Yo, what is up, my G's? We're gonna do a trade recap from this morning. I ended up catching the shorts for a W day, and honestly, for the past few weeks, I've been pretty hands off, but this just goes to show you, patience fucking pays. In this game, you get paid based on the decisions you make, not the time that you spend staring at the screen. So without further ado, going into the morning on the 1 hour time frame, I saw that price was finally breaking out of this fuck ass range that we've been in, and we've been moving up ever since. So I wanted to see, do we have any clear draws higher that I can target? We had this high here, and then this is not only an untapped 1 hour gap, but it's also an untapped 4 hour gap. And then I had this high that we put in last night, I had that marked out as well. And the idea was I wanted to see some sort of morning manipulation lower and then continue to move higher and take out these draws, if not this draw as well. Now, I told my Discord this morning, my bias was bullish, but first I wanted to see this sell side level get taken, which was also right on the edge of this untapped 1 hour gap. I thought that was a very strong target for price to drive towards. Now, instead of taking out this low, manipulating, and then moving higher, you can see that we did not do that. Price just absolutely destroyed this gap and ran through it. I was on the 5 minute time frame because I don't move to the 1 minute unless it's clear. And we just had this slow grind through this gap. Now, once we finally closed through it, at this point, my bullish bias, I am no longer bullish. Now I am bearish because the condition that I had to move higher has now been invalidated. So now I'm seeing, do we have any draws lower that price might want to target? I noticed we had this 1 hour gap here, but honestly, pretty insignificant, not really a strong draw in my opinion, but I did see these stacked lows down here, very, very clean. So we were pretty far away from them even when we got through this gap, and honestly, I didn't expect them to get hit, but as soon as we closed through on the 5 minute time frame, we didn't quite do it on the 1 hour, but at this point, I'm expecting this to get invalidated. Once we got this close on the 5 minute through it, price just started ripping on the 1 minute time. We just started ripping down towards this draw. And so at this point, I know that my bullish bias is invalidated. Can I catch an entry, take advantage of this volume to this draw that I have lower? On the 1 minute time frame, you'll see there is nowhere I can enter the trade. If you know how I trade, you know that I'm looking for some type of retrace with a safe entry to catch the move towards the draw. And here, we don't get that. I mean, sure, you could have entered something like this, entered right here with a stop all the way up here, but for me personally, I needed conviction that we actually wanted to dump lower towards the draw. And unfortunately, we pretty much almost got there without any type of entry. So when we're getting volume like this is the only time I will move down to the 30-second time frame. Because lately, being in that range, some days have had some volume, but most days have been slow, and the days that did have volume were sort of just up, down, up, down. So I wanted to take advantage of this. So I went to the 30-second time frame, and I noticed we came down, and price edged this draw. I usually do not like taking trades to a draw that price has already edged, but when I see volume like this, and it's the first time we've had this in a while, I am willing to put some risk on the table because a lot of the times, especially when we dump lower, we will just cut through draws and keep ripping when we have volume like this. So this was kind of an experience thing, but I was just looking for, do we have any gaps that we could retrace to? First, I was looking for price to retrace to this gap. We never got that. We came down, formed this gap, and my thought process was, I'm willing to take an entry if we respect this gap, but I have to go break even as soon as we take the draw. Like that is the rule for this trade, and I'm gonna risk light on it. So I was risking very light on this trade. Price came up into this gap, and we immediately respected it and kept flushing lower. So I actually entered mid-candle on this 30-second right here because of how quick we respected this gap. I had my stop at the wick high, and then as soon as we took out this draw here, I went break even. Now you might be asking, why didn't you just take profits here? Because when we dump, a lot of the times when we have this aggressive volume, we will continue to dump through draws and displace through draws. So I was looking for a manual exit on this position, and the plan was just trail my stop loss, guarantee myself profits, and try to take advantage of this run. So when price came down here, we got around this point here is when I ended up putting my stop loss at a 1 to 2 RR, stopped in profit. And unfortunately, we did get tagged out here, still for a 1 to 2 RR, so no complaints, but price did run a lot lower, and this would have been, I mean, hindsight, I probably would have put my stop in profit somewhere around here. I don't know, but this trade ran to like a 1 to 9 RR, so a little bit disappointing, but it is what it is. I'm just looking to catch a piece. I don't need to catch this whole move, but overall, a super simple day, just taking advantage of volume and not staying married to my bias. I see this problem with so many people. They get married to a bias and then they miss opportunity when price goes in the other direction. Why on earth would I stay bullish when price rips through this gap and is continuing lower with heavy volume? It just doesn't make any sense. You have to adapt to what price is showing you. My total P&L on the day, here's my P&L card. You can see it here. I made $31.68 and 58 cents. So that is great. But with that being said, as always, I have the link to join my free Discord. That's going to be in the description of this video. I post my bias every single day. I'll show you exactly what I'm looking for. I review your guys' trades, and it's all free. So definitely go join up. But that is all I have for you today, and I will see you guys in the next video tomorrow. Peace.